So y'all already know I had to say something about this. The 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly. And remind yourself that these are the same people that agrees to teach everyone about the globe model. But they got the nerve to have the symbol of the flat plane Earth map as their logo. So I'm sure y'all heard about this strike that's going to be happening, right? Literally, out of nowhere. But ironically, around the same time they was having the meeting. So you already know what I'm about to say. What I always tell y'all, do not fall for their psyops, because this is another one. And I'm about to explain why they're doing this. Because it's an inside job. It's not the contractors. I've seen a video of a contractor basically saying it's the workers that's inside that's actually in the port that want a 77% raise. Something that just sounds outrageous that they're not going to get. So I made this video about a year ago. I'm going to leave a link for it underneath this video. You got to watch the whole thing so you have a full standing on what's about to happen. It's a documented plans I've been telling y'all to watch out for, because it'll be clear and obvious when they start it. But I'm about to give a quick recap on a few things I did mention in this video. And by the way, this is on my YT page. All my important videos have actual thumbnails, so y'all ain't gotta look through too many of them. So this is one of the first EOs that's going to be in effect. Y'all can read that through, but notice at the ends, it says all ports of entry. Like I said, they are starting the plans to execute all these orders in order to take over the country and disguising it as a strike. As I always said, they're going to make the first move in order to distract us from the truth. Even though the truth can be clearly in your face, such as the asteroid they're talking about being the quote-unquote second moon out of nowhere, like that is normal. But again, I've been telling y'all this well ahead of time to look out for these specific things so you don't fall for the psyops. That is the main thing that y'all need to know. When y'all keep saying what to do, don't fall for the psyops. That's what I'm telling you, clear as day. God got you if you don't fall for it. Simple as that. And then it goes to control of highways in all the seaports. Then they seize control of communications media, such as the news, social media. Y'all already see what's happening. But check out this violation I got yesterday. It was on this video I called Venus is Now on the Move. But look what it says, violent and hateful organizations and individuals. There is nothing violent or hateful about that video at all. I'm gonna also leave a link to this below. Inside this video, I'm basically explaining the approach of Venus towards Earth and how rare it is and how it's not happening and how it's supposed to happen. Also, I mentioned about our time being altered and the reset of the planet and how these resets happen. They know that our memory get erased, but theirs don't, because they go high, because they know we are approaching the real sun. And also another thing I've been warning y'all about in these videos also is that we're getting closer to the sun, because our last year's reality is 2025. So as we approach the sun, or the sun comes closer to us, however way you want to put it, right? The asteroids around the sun, we will be coming in contact with them. We'll be going into their orbit. It's not coming into our orbit, we're going into their orbit. And what I be trying to explain to y'all, if we're in their orbit and they're just floating, they can fall out of orbit at any point of time. That's the thing they're not telling people. So imagine we see an asteroid just chilling right there for I don't know how long, the size of the moon. What do you think would happen if it just fell on Earth? If it fell in the ocean, tsunami. If it fell on land, I mean, you already know it's going to be an earthquake with that, just with the fall. It's going to cause some major damage. It's going to be something we never seen before. Obviously, like we never seen the asteroid just chilling in the sky anyways. So everything out these movies is all about to come true one way or another. But clearly, the asteroid chilling in the air, we've seen that before in countless movies, because they've been lying to us about everything, like I've been telling y'all. I mean, also thinking about the James Webb Telescope, saying that they seen an object coming towards Earth. And the AI is saying it's a fleet of spaceships. The Republicans had a meeting. If y'all see the highlights of that, they're basically stating everything that I already mentioned in the Trump's True Purpose video, because that's how it's going to play out. And we now are seeing it is. So this is their next step right after that. So they have control of electricity, power, gas, petroleum, fuels, and minerals. Guess what? They can turn electricity off at any point of time in the name of an EMP or a cyber attack. And guess what else? They can blame anybody they feel like doing, because who's gonna challenge them? So I'm gonna skip to the end. At any point in time, any of these things happen, such as international tensions, economic or financial crisis, they can put all these EOs into effect. And like I said, in the Trump's True Purpose video, I go into more detail about all of this and more proof on what really happened. But like I just said, they could turn off the electricity. Just imagine what that could do to the economy by itself. They can literally create scenarios to do this. And like I said, who's going to challenge them? So y'all know I love showing y'all the declaration of war against the United States of America from NASA. And what they call brainwashing is called CNN syndrome. But definitely realize it's a serious side war, collateral damage, exploitation, etc. And this is what I'm trying to get y'all to at least get past this part. As I always say, 2025 is last year's reality. And I showed y'all plenty of proof and so many different reasons on why it is. We are all now seeing how AI is all of a sudden becoming sentient. We're seeing GMO foods everywhere. Hair products making people hair fall out. We see GMO insects. But look at that, battlefield attrition, CNN syndrome forces the U.S. Army to look and act like SOCON. If that don't sound like an apocalypse to you, I don't know what does. And I forgot to mention, it was found over 20 years ago. And everything's going according to plan from what it says in here. I done seen it happen, I watched it happen myself. So you can only imagine if they're planning by 2025 to say U.S. forces is on or near the killing ground with all types of weapons. What do you think that means? We all see a Deagle report for 2025, but of course they wiped that, but you know, I still got the information, but I'll get violated if I put it up. I already know. And they already know our psychology so well, they know we're not gonna take no ground. We're just gonna wait for them to come and do what they wanna do. We wait to the last minute to do everything. Y'all see how I'm talking, but it takes forever to get everybody on the same page. They stuck in the brainwashing, the information and side war. They're still stuck in their minds, not even realizing this is actually physical too. So this is all part of their sanitation. They're gonna reach for our guns, but I mean, that's not gonna happen here. But you know, that's one of their biggest issues, and always have been. Then they talking about swim-ins, robotic everything. So basically also that Slingatron is basically what they use. It's a device they use to create tsunamis. That's what they mean by the swim-ins. After they cause a quote-unquote natural event, they're gonna have quote-unquote help coming around, starting with that, you know what I'm saying, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, you know what I mean, equipped with these robots. But I will say this, with robotic things, paint, they can't get rid of paint. That's all I gotta say about that. So the reason I told y'all to keep in mind about a violation I got about the Venus is on the Move video, right? Of how the way they specifically mention what they consider the violation. Notice it says they're gonna be encountering increasingly capable and horrific and destructive power of individuals and groups. They describe that like a terrorist, right? Just like they described me. Also note they say they want to be the only human strike force because they are dealing with omnipresent beings, which are guys that can exist in multiple dimensions at one time. So if y'all read this, this basically explains exactly what they're doing in the side war. Like for instance, they're creating a quote-unquote strike in order to start to slowly close down all the ports so they can control everything. Next thing you know, we're rationing food in a month that they're controlling. But you know, other ways you can ration food is by raising the prices. And I'm just using food for example because you know, everything quote unquote costs money. Y'all know what I love saying? They always create the problem, then come through with their own solution. They even go back far enough to try to explain how the way we can never think about this before it happens. Because like I said, they alter time and reverse things that we already been through. I mean, they call these things killer apps. Like I said, they always love telling us half truths, but they are definitely doing what they are designed to do. That's why they pay their minions real good. That helps supply their negative energy. But anyways, definitely go check out the videos I mentioned so you have a better standing on what everything I just said. If y'all want to see this right here, the whole thing is from my Instagram subscriptions, the first video. But anyways, definitely go check out my platforms. Y'all know I always got them to the side over there. And y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.